Consider why some conversations make you feel good while others don't. It may not be what we say that helps us stay calm and understand each other better, but rather what we don't say. If we talk about Buddhist principles every day, will it improve our lives? Today is the day to start our journey into Buddhism. The things we say and don't say can help us understand and live in peace. We are going to learn about right speech, a fundamental aspect of Buddhism. These lessons teach us how to speak in ways that are peaceful, helpful, and kind. In our fast-paced world, where everyone can hear what we say, how we communicate impacts more than just our relationships. It also shapes how we feel and think on the inside. Through these insights, we'll understand why being mindful of our words is so important. It could truly enhance our lives. In this discussion, we'll explore 11 things to avoid talking about, drawn from Buddhist philosophy. Practicing silence on these topics can help us feel more at ease, grow as individuals, and gain deeper understanding of ourselves and others. Each topic we avoid discussing teaches us something valuable, like why we shouldn't brag about our achievements, or why it's wise to keep our biggest dreams private. As we talk about each concept, reflect on your own life. Think about how things might change if you adjusted how you communicate. It's not enough to just learn what not to say. Mastering the art of remaining silent at the right times and speaking thoughtfully is a true skill. Watch the entire video to fully grasp our message, and if you enjoy it, please subscribe to our channel and give it a like. We frequently discuss how ancient wisdom can help us today. Now, let's begin our journey. We'll look at how our lives can transform if we change the way we speak, guided by the peaceful and contemplative lessons of Buddhism. Keep your deepest dreams private. On this fascinating journey through Buddhist teachings, we encounter a thoughtful idea. It's often best to keep our biggest dreams and goals to ourselves. This concept may seem unusual, especially in a world where we're used to sharing everything, but there's great wisdom here. Buddhism encourages us to look within and understand our own path. Our biggest dreams, the things we truly want, are precious, like seeds we plant in our minds. Just as seeds need the right care to grow, our dreams need a safe space, shielded from others' opinions or judgments. Sharing these dreams exposes them to all sorts of reactions, and not all of them are helpful. Some may doubt our dreams or suggest paths that don't feel right for us. This can make us question our dreams or feel pressured to change them. By keeping our dreams private, we protect them and stay true to what we genuinely want. Buddhism also emphasizes the strength of quiet goals. When we keep our dreams within, it's like making a silent promise to ourselves. It's not about secrecy, but about preserving their purity. This helps us rely on ourselves, seeking motivation from within rather than from others. Quietly contemplating our dreams brings clarity and strengthens our understanding of what we truly want and need to do. Another beautiful aspect of this teaching is the joy of a private journey. When we keep our dreams close, each small step becomes a personal victory. These quiet victories feel profound, reminding us that the journey toward our dreams is as meaningful as reaching them. Buddhism also teaches us that life changes, and so can our dreams. By keeping them private, we remain adaptable and ready for change, which is a powerful strength. As we move forward, reflect on your own dreams. Keep them close to your heart. Let them guide you. And remember to watch this video to the end to fully grasp how these ideas can enrich your life. Coming up, we'll delve into more Buddhist teachings that can transform how we see ourselves and the world. Avoid talking about your achievements. In this part of our journey through Buddhist wisdom, we'll explore why it's wise not to overly discuss our successes. In a world where sharing achievements, especially on social media, is common. Buddhism offers a unique perspective. Buddhism teaches us about the ego and interconnectedness. When we accomplish something, it's rarely due to our efforts alone. Friends, family, and even those we may overlook often contribute to our success. When we focus only on our achievements, we risk forgetting the support we've received. Buddhism reminds us to acknowledge everyone involved, not just ourselves. Let's consider this as we interact with friends and family. We often hear people talking about the great things they've accomplished. It feels good to share our successes, but Buddhism encourages us to approach this differently. It teaches us to be humble. This doesn't mean we shouldn't feel proud of our achievements. Rather, it reminds us to see the bigger picture. Here's a story from Buddhism. There was once a monk who accomplished many incredible things but never boasted about them. He believed that real achievements don't need to be broadcasted. His quiet humility revealed his inner strength. He knew that feeling good about his work was enough without needing others' approval. This story teaches us an important lesson. Being content with our good deeds and personal growth is what truly matters. In our daily lives, we can try to adopt this mindset. When something good happens because of us, we can remember and thank the people who helped along the way. Expressing gratitude strengthens our relationships and makes us feel even better. It shifts our perspective from "I did this" to "we did this together." Buddha once shared a profound teaching about having a generous heart and speaking kindly. He explained that helping and caring for others makes the world a better place. This mindset encourages kindness when we talk about our successes, focusing on gratitude for everyone and everything that contributed. Reflecting on how our successes connect with others can make us feel more grateful and humble. So let's talk about our accomplishments in a way that includes everyone who played a role. This brings depth and joy to our stories of success. As we continue exploring these ideas, stay with us until the end of this video. You'll discover how humility can truly enhance life. Next, we'll dive into another valuable Buddhist lesson that can transform how we speak and think. Don't discuss unresolved challenges. Now, let's explore this lesson from Buddhism on why it's wise not to talk too much about the problems we haven't yet solved. At first, this might sound unusual. Many of us feel the urge to share our worries and struggles with friends or family, but Buddhism offers a helpful perspective. Buddhism teaches us that life is constantly changing and encourages us to accept things as they are right now. When we face challenges, talking about them repeatedly can increase our anxiety, making us dwell on what might go wrong. Instead, Buddhism advises focusing on what we can do in the present moment. This approach helps us remain calm and reduces stress over things we can't control. Think about the last time you faced a big problem. Perhaps you discussed it with multiple people. Did it make you feel better, or did it sometimes add to your worry? Buddhism suggests that instead of constantly talking about our problems, we find peace with where we are right now. Even if things aren't perfect, we can still find moments of calm and happiness. This doesn't mean ignoring our problems. It means focusing on actionable steps we can take to improve things, one at a time. This way, we stay present and work towards solutions without becoming overwhelmed by worry. Here's a story that illustrates this approach. A person faced a challenging situation at work. Rather than dwelling on it, they focused on small daily actions to improve the situation. This approach gave them a sense of control and reduced their anxiety. It's a great example of managing problems effectively. Buddha taught that by finding peace in the present moment, we can experience true calm. He encouraged us to accept things as they are, even if they're not perfect, and to remember that everything changes. Challenges, too, are temporary. In our daily lives, let's try to accept our difficulties and work on them step by step. This helps us stay focused and reduces stress by concentrating on small, actionable improvements instead of worrying about everything at once. As we explore more Buddhist teachings, be sure to watch until the end of this video. You'll learn how staying calm and focused can improve your life. If you find these ideas helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to continue sharing these valuable lessons. In our next section, we'll examine another essential teaching from Buddhism that can transform how we think and live. Avoid gossip and unnecessary discussions about others. In our exploration of Buddhist teachings, we encounter a valuable idea. It's best to avoid gossip and excessive talk about other people. This can be challenging in a world where gossip is so common, but Buddhism offers a peaceful and kind approach to our conversations. Buddhism teaches that our words have great power. Everything we say can either improve or worsen situations. Gossiping or talking too much about others often leads to hurt feelings and misunderstandings. It's not just about the person we're discussing, it also fills our own minds with negativity. When we talk about others behind their backs, we're missing much of the story and might end up spreading things that aren't true or fair. Buddhism encourages us to think before we speak. We can ask ourselves, is what we're about to say true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? If not, it may be best to leave it unsaid. Gossiping can also affect how others see us. They might wonder if we talk about them when they're not around, which can damage friendships and relationships. By refraining from gossip, we build trust and respect with the people in our lives. Buddhism also teaches empathy, urging us to consider how we would feel if someone said the same things about us. This encourages us to be more caring and understanding. Buddha taught a lot about speaking in a way that is both kind and truthful. He emphasized that using kind and honest words brings peace to ourselves and others. By avoiding gossip, we embrace this principle, choosing words that bring people closer rather than words that create distance. In our everyday lives, we can practice this by focusing on positive and uplifting conversations. When we're with friends or family, we can discuss things we enjoy, share good news, or talk about topics that excite us. This leaves everyone feeling more positive. Sometimes we may be tempted to gossip out of boredom or the desire to fit in, but Buddhism offers a better way to connect. We can talk to others about their hobbies, share our own, or engage in fun activities together. This builds real friendships based on shared interests. By steering clear of gossip, we also free up more time to focus on what's important. We can learn new things, help others, or work toward our own goals, making our lives more interesting and fulfilling. As we continue through these Buddhist lessons, remember how much you can gain by watching this video until the end. You'll see how avoiding gossip can transform your relationships and overall life. If you find these tips helpful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Your support enables us to share more valuable lessons. Next, we'll explore another essential Buddhist teaching that can enhance how we communicate and connect with others. Avoid discussing unresolved resentment. In our journey through Buddhist teachings, we now come across an important idea: why it's better not to dwell too much on our bad feelings toward others, also known as resentment. We all experience resentment at times when others upset us, and we hold on to those feelings. However, Buddhism offers a different path, one that brings more peace to our lives. When we keep talking about things that upset us, it's like reliving those painful moments repeatedly. This not only brings us down, but can also spread those negative emotions to others. Buddhism teaches that clinging to resentment doesn't help us. It keeps us stuck in past unhappiness instead of allowing us to appreciate the present. Buddhism emphasizes forgiveness and letting go, not as a way to forget or excuse everything, but as a way to avoid letting negative feelings control us. When we release grudges, we create space for joy and peace. Imagine a time when you were very angry with someone. Perhaps you talked about it a lot. Did this make you feel better, or did it keep the anger alive? Buddhism suggests an alternative: letting go. This approach helps us feel better within ourselves. In our daily lives, we can practice this by trying to understand situations rather than dwelling on the hurt. It's a journey that takes time, but little by little we can learn to release these hard feelings. Buddha had a wise way of expressing this idea. He said that holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal to throw at someone else, only to burn ourselves. This is a powerful reminder that holding on to anger ultimately hurts us more than anyone else. How do we begin letting go? It starts with trying to see things from the other person's perspective and being kind to ourselves, giving ourselves the time needed to heal. This approach isn't about allowing others to take advantage of us. It's about choosing peace and understanding over anger and hurt. By letting go, we reclaim our power over our emotions. As we continue exploring these concepts, it's essential to watch the video to the end. You'll learn how releasing anger can transform your life. If you're finding these teachings helpful, remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to keep bringing you valuable lessons like this. Next, we'll explore another insightful teaching from Buddhism that can change the way we approach life. Why it's beneficial not to discuss our future plans in great detail. In this part of our journey into Buddhist wisdom, we come across an interesting idea. It's often wise to avoid sharing too many details about our big future plans. This may feel unusual in today's world. We're used to sharing everything, but there's wisdom in holding back sometimes. Buddhism teaches us that life is always in flux, and that the future can't be perfectly predicted. Often, making overly detailed plans might not work out as expected. By keeping our future plans a bit more private, we give ourselves the flexibility to adapt to life's flow. This readiness to change helps us stay aligned with what feels right in each moment. When we constantly share our plans, we might feel trapped, feeling obligated to follow through, even if it no longer feels right. Oversharing can also lead to self-doubt, especially if we start questioning our own capabilities. By keeping our plans to ourselves, we retain the freedom to modify them without the added pressure of others' expectations. Buddhism also emphasizes the importance of living in the present. Focusing too much on detailed plans for the future can make us overlook the joy of what's happening now. It's about finding a balance between planning for tomorrow and cherishing today. Think about a time when you had a big plan. Did sharing it with many people make it feel easier, or did it add pressure? Buddhism suggests that there's a sense of calm in holding our plans privately and letting life unfold naturally. This doesn't mean we shouldn't have goals or think ahead. It simply encourages us to stay open to change. We can work towards what we want, but in a way that welcomes surprises and shifts along the way. Buddha once gave wise advice to avoid worrying excessively about the past or future, and instead focus on the present. This reminds us that while planning for what's to come is fine, true joy and meaningful choices happen in the present. In our daily lives, this teaching encourages us to set goals, but remain open to new opportunities and changes. It's about planning, yet staying flexible. A mindset that fosters happiness and peace. As we explore these ideas, make sure to watch this video to the end to gain insight into how living in the moment can improve your life. And if you're new to the Wisdom in Real Life channel, your support helps us continue sharing valuable teachings like these. Next, we'll delve into another powerful piece of Buddhist wisdom that can reshape our perspective on life. Avoid discussing doubts and uncertainties. In Buddhist teachings, we encounter a profound idea. Sometimes it's wiser to keep our worries and doubts to ourselves. In a world where people often feel compelled to share everything on their minds, Buddhism offers a more reflective approach. Life is full of uncertainties, and feeling unsure is natural. But when we constantly voice our doubts, they can start to feel more overwhelming than they are. This might even spread unease to those we share them with. By holding back and reflecting on our doubts privately, we give ourselves a chance to think clearly and find our own answers. Often, when we share our worries, we're hoping others will reassure us. However, true confidence and understanding typically come from within. Buddhism encourages us to look inward, to quietly sit with our doubts, and in doing so, gain a deeper understanding of our feelings. Think of a time when you were uncertain. Did sharing with many people bring clarity, or did it sometimes add confusion? Buddhism suggests there's strength in quiet reflection, allowing answers to arise naturally. This doesn't mean we should never seek advice. It simply invites us to understand our own thoughts and feelings first. Many times we already hold the answers we seek within. Buddha believed that each person possesses inner wisdom, capable of understanding their own life path. This teaching tells us we know more than we realize. In daily life, we can apply this wisdom by taking quiet time to reflect on our uncertainties rather than sharing them impulsively. Meditation and introspection can deepen our self-knowledge and guide our personal journey. Thinking privately about our doubts helps us grow, teaches us patience, and fosters trust in our own ability to handle life's unknowns. As we continue on this path, remember the value of staying until the end of this video for a fuller understanding of how to manage doubts and uncertainties. Next, we'll explore another Buddhist teaching that offers a unique perspective on embracing and managing our inner conflicts. Don't discuss lessons you haven't fully learned. As we journey through Buddhist wisdom, we encounter a significant insight. It's best not to discuss what we're still in the process of understanding. In today's fast-paced world, there's often a rush to share everything we're learning right away. Everyone likes to share their thoughts and experiences quickly, but Buddhism offers a more thoughtful approach, asking us to wait until we truly understand something before we start talking about it. Buddhism teaches us that real understanding takes time. When we talk about things we're still trying to understand, we might share information that isn't quite accurate. It's a bit like trying to teach someone a game we don't fully know how to play ourselves. This way of learning and sharing is about being honest. It's saying, I'm still learning this, and that's okay. When we wait until we really understand something before we share it, we ensure that what we say is both helpful and correct. Think back to when you were learning something new. In the beginning, it might have been confusing. If you tried to explain it to someone else too soon, you might have later realized there was still more to learn. Buddhism teaches us to be patient while we're learning. It tells us that we should truly understand something before we talk about it. In our everyday lives, this means it's good to keep learning and growing. Saying, I'm still learning about this, is a great thing. This honesty builds trust with others. They know that when we share something, it's because we really know it. Buddhism also shows us that true understanding often comes from our own experiences, not just from what we read or hear. When we've truly experienced something, we understand it on a deeper level. When we share it, it's not just facts. It's part of our own story. Being careful about what we share also keeps us from pretending to know more than we do. This keeps us authentic and focused on what we're learning and prevents us from giving advice that might not be the best. Another part of this teaching is about enjoying the process of learning. When we don't rush to share, we give ourselves time to really dive into a subject, explore it, and have fun with it. This makes learning more interesting and meaningful. As you reflect on these ideas, remember how much you can learn by watching this entire video. You'll understand better how being patient with what we're learning can enrich our lives and conversations. If you like what you're learning, don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you valuable lessons like this one. Next, we'll talk about another great piece of Buddhist wisdom that can truly help us in how we learn and share knowledge. Guard your deepest plans and intentions. As we wrap up our journey through Buddhist wisdom, we reach a very important lesson. It's a good idea to keep our biggest plans and dreams close to our hearts. In today's world, where sharing everything is common, Buddhism teaches us a more thoughtful way. It helps us understand that our personal journey is very special. Our big plans and dreams serve as a guide, like a map for our lives. When we keep them to ourselves, we protect them from too much outside influence that might make us doubt or change them in ways we don't really want. Sharing our deepest plans with everyone can bring many opinions. While some advice is helpful, too much can alter our original ideas. Keeping our plans to ourselves allows us to stay true to what we really want and develop them in our own time. By not talking too much about our deepest goals, we also maintain a level of privacy. This allows us to change and grow our plans as we learn new things without feeling stuck to what we've already said. Buddhism teaches us to look inward and trust ourselves. When we keep our deepest plans inside, we rely more on our own thoughts and feelings. This helps us grow and learn more about ourselves. Think about something you really want to do or achieve. There is power and clarity in thinking about this goal quietly, letting it grow inside you before sharing it with the world. This time spent thinking and planning quietly is invaluable. Buddha taught that we often find the best answers within ourselves. By keeping our plans close to our hearts, we give ourselves the opportunity to hear our inner voice and find our inner strength. In everyday life, this means carefully choosing what we share and with whom. It's about finding balance. We can talk about some ideas or goals, but the heart of our plans can remain private. This private space serves as a safe place for our dreams. As we conclude this series of lessons, remember how much you can learn by watching this whole video. You'll gain a better understanding of how keeping your deepest plans private can change the way you approach life and personal growth. Finally, as we close, think about all the lessons we've discussed. How can each one help you in your life? Consider how they can bring you closer to peace, understanding, and happiness. Refrain from boasting about good deeds. In our journey through Buddhist wisdom, we now come to a very special idea: keeping our good deeds to ourselves. This might sound unusual, especially today, when sharing what we've done on social media or with friends is common. But Buddhism teaches us something different, a more kind and humble way. When we do something nice, like helping someone out, it feels good to let others know. We might think it shows that we're kind people, but there's something even more special about doing good things quietly. It's about helping because we want to make things better, not because we want others to see us as good. This way, the good deed becomes even more meaningful. Buddhism values doing good without seeking a reward. It's like giving a gift and not expecting a thank you. This approach to helping shifts the focus from seeking praise to simply spreading kindness. Just because it's the right thing to do, think about a time when you did something nice for someone without telling anyone. Keeping this act of kindness a secret brings a unique kind of happiness. It's like having a special secret that only you and the universe know. This reminds us that the best part of helping is the act of giving itself, not the thank yous that might come later. Buddha once said something truly beautiful. Do good things again and again, and you'll be filled with joy. He meant that real joy comes from the act of giving, not from what we get in return. We can try this in our daily lives. We can look for chances to help others without making a big deal about it. Maybe by doing something kind for a neighbor or assisting someone we don't even know. The important thing is not expecting a reward or even a good job from others. Of course, it's nice to say thank you when someone else does something kind. But when we're the ones doing good, there's something truly beautiful about keeping it quiet. As we continue exploring these ideas, make sure to watch the video to the end. You'll learn how these teachings can make your life better. Next, we'll look at another important Buddhist teaching that can change how we see and do things in life. Value your moments of solitude. In this part of our journey through Buddhist teachings, we discover a comforting lesson: the importance of spending time alone, which we call solitude. In today's world, with our phones and busy lives, it can seem hard, or not that important, to find time just for ourselves. But Buddhism shows us that being alone can be incredibly valuable. Being alone isn't about feeling lonely. It's a chance for us to reflect, understand ourselves, and grow. Buddhism says it's important to know ourselves well, and when we're alone, we can do just that. Without others around, we can truly listen to our own thoughts and feelings. These quiet moments allow us to connect deeply with ourselves. We can think about our life, the choices we've made, and what we really want. It's a break from what everyone else expects or thinks and a chance to discover what we truly desire and dream about. Solitude also lets us recharge. We're often surrounded by so many people, and life can be tiring. When we're alone, we can relax and simply be. It's like a quiet break where we don't have to do anything for anyone else. Buddhism talks a lot about mindfulness and living in the present moment. When we're by ourselves, it's easier to practice this. We can notice our thoughts and feelings without worrying about them, enjoy our own company, and find joy in simple things. Being alone can also spark our creativity. When we're not filled with other people's ideas, our own creativity can shine. We might think of new ideas, find different solutions to problems, or discover more about our creative side. Buddha taught that true peace comes from within. Time alone helps with this. In the quiet, we can meditate, reflect, and find a calm that stays with us even when we return to our busy lives. We can find small moments for ourselves in our daily lives. Maybe it's a few quiet minutes in the morning, a short walk by ourselves, or sitting without distractions. These moments can be incredibly powerful and refreshing. As we continue exploring these Buddhist lessons, remember to watch the whole video. You'll learn so much about why time alone is important and how it can change your life. Up next, we'll explore another great Buddhist teaching that can help us live and enjoy our lives even more. Reflecting on what we've learned. As this chapter of our Buddhist teachings comes to an end, let's take a moment to reflect on all we've learned. Many different ideas have come up, each one helping us live a happier, better life. We began by talking about how important it is to watch what we say. Buddhism teaches that we should be kind and honest in our words. We've learned that not talking about certain things like rumors or complaints can help us feel better and get along better with others. Through each lesson, we've learned more about ourselves. We've discovered how to enjoy time alone, how to keep our big plans and dreams a little secret, and how to talk about our successes and handle our fears. These lessons have changed the way we view life. They teach us to treat ourselves and others with more kindness. Now that this segment is over, you may want to try some of these teachings in your own life, or perhaps you've gained a new perspective on how things are going for you. There is always something to learn and room to grow. We can use these lessons every day to improve our lives. I hope that these teachings from Buddhism have made you think. Maybe you've even changed the way you talk or think about things because of them. If you like these lessons, please hit like and subscribe to our channel. This way, we can continue sharing more useful and inspiring information. Don't forget, you can think about and use these lessons every day. Simple things like the words we use or taking a little time alone can really change how we feel and live. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through Buddhist learning. It's been wonderful to share these thoughts with you. Let's remember these lessons as we move through life. They can help us find peace, understanding, and happiness in the little things we do every day.